Greetings YouTube. Today I'm going to compare two different flashlights. This isn't necessarily a real proper review of either of them. This is definitely a comparison. And the reason I'm comparing them is I'm comparing two different lights that I have, one I've carried for years and one I am now carrying. The one I've been carrying for years is this Innova X5. There you go, the Innova X5. This is an all-metal flashlight. Probably the most simple, straightforward design you are ever going to encounter. It is, in my opinion, one of the most attractive lights I have ever encountered. I consider it to be a piece of design beauty. It really is a wonderfully aesthetic object. It has a full lanyard hole, though it is a very small lanyard hole. But as you can see, I have in fact installed the lanyard. And the reason I installed the lanyard is because this is so short, it actually was falling kind of deep into my pouch that I carry every day. So this allowed me to deploy it more easily. And it gives you a little more to hang on to. So, things I like about this: 5 LEDs, well protected. It uses CR123 lithium batteries, so they're long lasting. They'll sit in your pouch for 10 years before the charge will finally dissipate. And when they've got a full charge, they'll run for 20 hours, which is incredible. So that means that when you need a flashlight, this flashlight is going to be there for you. The newer models have a cap, which allows constant on, or a push button, which allows a momentary on. And I don't have one. And part of that is because the momentary cap does not allow candling, and this does. And I think losing the utility of candling was a bad design on their part. I really do. Having the momentary on means I can do this, which would be awesome. Because the only way to turn this thing on is that. And you can see I have to screw this out a fair amount before it, even if I go just, there's still a fair amount of distance there. So in that mode, this is never going to go off in my pouch, ever. But it means that it's very, very, not impossible, but really, really difficult to turn this on with one hand. This is a pain in the ass. Of course, I am doing it left-handed, which doesn't help me. There we go. It doesn't help because I'm right-handed. But you can't turn it on with one hand. And because it's so smooth, I can't turn it on with one hand with a glove on at all. And I wear gloves at work every day. So even though there are things about this flashlight that I love, just as a piece of art, there are things about it I don't love. Which is why I am now carrying the Ozark, the Ozark dual mode flashlight. Because I can still candle it. Because it has a wonderful, crisp, clean switch that I can activate with one finger, either hand, gloves, or no gloves, and because dual mode makes it a lantern. So the disadvantage, the AAA batteries are not, the CR123s are longer shelf life, but you can get lithium lithium AAAs, and I will be getting some lithium AAAs for this because I want to make sure that I'm giving myself the best cushion of error I can. And this only has a 60-minute runtime as opposed to the 20-hour runtime on the other. But the reality is that I've discovered the ability to take a light out and turn it on and off outweighs the longevity that the X5 is offering me. That I don't use the flashlight long term often enough to really have that really long run time be worth the disadvantages of the flashlight. Because I'm normally taking this out, I'm using it for 30 seconds, I'm putting it away. And now I may do that once a day, maybe not maybe sometimes only like once or twice a week. But I only use it for 30 seconds. So having to use two hands on the X5, one of which is going to have to be bare hand because I can't turn it with my gloves on. It's just too slick. This has nice knurling on it. The texture overall is just superior. It isn't as aesthetically pleasing. I don't see it as like a design piece of art, but it has a wonderful simplicity to it. It is very good quality. It feels nice. It works well. And that switch has just won me over completely. And having the ability to have a lantern in my pocket is just cool. I'm a gearhead. I love gadgets. And the fact that I have a lantern in my pouch is just awesome. So, as much as I love my X5, this Ozark model, which it doesn't even have a name, it's just the Ozark Trail dual mode lantern flashlight, doesn't even have a proper name. Aircraft grade aluminum, yes it is. I actually know quite a bit about aluminum. I spent years playing with it. This has just won my heart, and I'll be carrying it now for the foreseeable future until I find something better, because I've come to the conclusion that no matter how much I love the X5, being unable to turn it on and off with one hand is just too much of a handicap. So it's gonna just go on the shelf, which is sad because it's a great flashlight. But this one has greater utility, and I'm more likely to use it on a daily basis and use it effectively and efficiently than I am the X5. So unfortunately, the X5 is going to be retired for now, and I'm going to switch over to this Ozark Trail model. So if you have any of you out there have used X5s, the newer model, tell me, do you think the disadvantages of not being able to candle it and having to worry about the momentary on switch draining the battery because you inadvertently put pressure on it, things like that, are those concerns that you've had while carrying it? I'd like to know.